What's going on, Blues? Welcome back to Life as an Evertonian. Everton 2, Manchester United 2, a game of two halves. I'm going to be honest, I was going to do this video straight after the game, and I kept holding myself off from producing the content. And I think it's because I was furious, I was fuming, I was frustrated. I was frustrated with the way Andy Madley has given the penalty, and then it's gone to VAR, and they've overturned it. They've obviously told Andy Madley to take a look at it, and then he's overturned it. And I received a text message from um, one of my good friends who he's no names mentioned, no names. He's been brought up round the refereeing industry, and my friend, his dad is he's an ex-professional referee in the Championship, and he spent 2 years in the Premier League as well, and he's a referee's assessor as well to this day. And my friend, this is his son, and he sent me a message saying, I can't believe he has overturned that. That was a clear shirt pull. So I don't want to go into too much with that. We all know it was clear and obvious. We know there was a significant shirt pull, and obviously Ashley Young has flipped his legs out and elaborated more on that shirt pull. Any player would. It was a clear penalty. And I think obviously you'll see it tonight on the match of the day. You've seen all the images. Everton should have had a penalty set in stone. And I think that's why I didn't want to come on, because I was fuming. I was going to produce the content in my car on Stanley Park. And I thought, I'm just going to drive home, calm down, get home, have some tea, and just chill out a little bit. And that's what I've done. So I don't want to come on here all irate. Um, but VAR, Andy Madley, you've got it wrong. Game of two halves. I firstly want to just say, how proud I am of the way David Moyes and this Everton team have galvanised the way they have since the takeover. And obviously, David Moyes coming in. Uh, he's all I've ever wanted. He's all I've ever wanted to take charge of Everton. And, since we lost him, we've never really moved on as a football club. We had a little bit of did well under Martinez in that first season, so on and so on. We've had Allardyce at the helm, and I guess we finished eighth in the league, and we had Ancelotti. We finished mid-table, but Moyes is the man. Moyes is the man to rebuild Everton. Whether this is going to be short term, he's got 2 years at it to with a view of going longer term. Um, Abdoulaye Doucouré, I have been on here, and I have been forever. I'll always be forever grateful of the goal that he scored against Bournemouth on the last game of the season. I'll be forever grateful with the way he conducts himself and the way he gets around that pitch. He works so hard. Today, in that first half in particular, he was almost playing for another year deal. He really, really were. I thought the first half performance from Doucouré was the best that I have seen from him this season. And for me, over that 45 minutes, he was the man of the match. The way the game became a game of two halves was purely down to squad depth for us. Having 10, 11 key players, squad players missing, I think it really hurt us today. To find ourselves 2-0 up in that first half can sometimes be a difficult scoreline. Almost, can we drop deeper, which we did, and keep Man United out? And I think we naturally did that. I think we naturally got more tired. Bruno Fernandes ended up going more deeper, getting on the ball, and he orchestrated that play for Man United to get back in the game. They made changes, and that was the difference, and that allowed them to get back into the game, albeit from a set piece. Which obviously I think if I'm right, I think the free kick at first hand shouldn't have been a free kick. But I don't want to be talking about the referee. I want to be talking about Everton. Okay. And then obviously the Decore, it's an handball. They've scored from the set piece. I think the wall was obviously set up how it was set up, but Pickford made the wrong decision in taking a step to the right. They found themselves back into the game. And I was saying to myself, come on, Everton, we don't do nerves now. Let's not get nervous. And we did. It became another set piece. I'm sure I saw Jared Branthwaite his shirt getting tugged. And I think he's gone down a little bit too easy. And he's come away from that play, obviously, because he's on the deck. And United have got a second. So the squad depth, I think, has hurt us today. And, end of the day, the Merseyside derby. So we equalised the way we did with Tarkowski. 2-2. It felt like a win. Today, against Man United, especially with a penalty that was given and then denied through VAR, 2-2, it feels like a loss. But would I have took 2 draws from those games at Goodison Park? I definitely would have done under Sean Dyche, and I think we've been very unlucky not to get the win today, which would have been 4 points from those games. Results have gone in our favour in terms of the bottom. For us to push any higher, time's going to tell. But all I know is I'm proud of this Everton team. The way they are playing, the way we are high pressing. Our high press in that first half was probably the best that I've seen this season. I've just come back from Cape Verde, and I was playing with a lot of... we're playing on the beach, football with some Senegalese lads in the mid-20s, playing on the sand. My God, it's hard to play on the sand. And I'm telling you now, Idrissa Gana Gueye, he's moving like a 25-year-old lad. Undeniably, he's getting another deal. Plain and simple. For me, he's getting another 2-year deal. He's not getting a year extension. He's getting a 2-year deal. 35, the way he was pressing the ball today, the way he was winning the ball back, unbelievable. And you can see from the way where he comes from. I've seen it at first hand, the way them lads move on that beach, the way the athleticism playing in that sand. Unbelievable. Jack Harrison, confidence is improving. I thought he was going to score. Superb the way Decore has actually picked up the ball in that first half. He's carried on his run. He's distributed the ball. He's carried on his run. And he's found himself at the end of it to get that header. I thought Lindstrom worked really hard. I've heard, obviously, we've seen the interview. I've just seen the interview now with David Moyes. I've seen that Lindstrom has had some flu. I actually come back from Africa with an African cold. So there's the flu is running around. But I thought Lindstrom worked hard in that first half, and it didn't really work for us on the right-hand side with Ashley Young, albeit him winning a penalty that should have stood. I thought Jake O'Brien, really, really good again at right back. The lads will be disappointed the way they conceded the goals. And I think we all are here tonight as Evertonians, but I really do feel that we're all very, very proud of the way the team has pulled together. the way Beto has become a striker. You know, there's always been a player in there. On my last video, I said my 75-year-old mum told me. I'm telling you that lab works hard. There's a player in there, and she seen that in the League Cup game against Doncaster Rovers. Listen, we need players back. You know, we need NJ back. We need Dwight McNeil back, albeit on the bench. We need to get those players back. Seamus Coleman, Nathan Patterson. You know, we need to see it. Calvert-Lewin, Brozier. That squad needs to thicken up. I think if we had a thicker squad today on that bench, Everton wouldn't have drawn that game. So I've calmed down. I'm glad the way I've done this video tonight, because I don't want to come on here and slate and slander and swear, because naturally football does that when you're peed off. I wanted to just calm down and take my time and drive home peacefully, listening to the radio, get home, get some food, and then get on here. Blues, there's a channel that I've created this season. If you're new to watching my content, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Click that bell to turn on post notifications. And I'll see you on Wednesday night against Brentford. See you in the next one. Peace out.